Yes, and we're coming up to 50 seconds until the start. Ben and Tom Birchall are under the Monster Energy arch. Camera crew behind them, and the crews stacked up behind them. Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale, John Holden and Lee Kane. Alan Founds is there too with Jake Lowther. Few of the passengers just doing a few little stretches before they are crouched over the wheel and doing their job as passenger, as we're less than now a half a minute to go. And I can see camera crews just scuttling away to get into position. Little bit of stretching again from Tom Birchall before he finally gets beside his brother Ben there in the IEG Racing Honda. As we're 10 seconds to the start of the Locate.im Sidecar TT race number 2, the championship day is about to blast off. Now the flag drops and away go Tom and Ben Birchall. Underneath the Monster Energy Bridge, and here is Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale. An open passenger area for Dan Sale. It's had a lot of chat about. John Holden and Lee Kane next. Second fastest sidecar crew around the TT course. Alan Founds and Jake Lowther now. Had Honda, Yamaha, Honda again now with Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. Right over the rear wheel to keep that down and get the grip as number 6 away now. Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley. Now it is the Suzuki of Carl Bennett and Maxime Vasseur. Stephen Matty Ramsden are next. Number 8. A little bit of a squirrel of the outfit off the line there. Number 9, Gary Bryan and Philip Hyde. And number 10 is there, Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle. Third in this race a year ago. Next is number 12. That's Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney. The Silicone Engineering Honda. 17, Estelle LeBlond and Melanie Farnier next away. The red fairings with the grey stars on. Greg Lambert and Judy Canepa. 29 is next, Gary and Daryl Gibson. GDM Logistics Suzuki, Darren Hope and Lenny Bumfrey next. Cameron Engineering Suzuki. Number 14, Wayne Lockie and Kenny Cole get their campaign underway. That is the sound of 19 away. That's Mike Rocher and Sean Parker. And 16 away there. That was Gary Knight and Daniel Evanson. And that is Gordon Shand and Frank Clays. So there was a gap there at 18. Revs just going, waiting for the go there, and this is outfit number 30, Roy Tansley and Jason O'Connor there. And what an effort by 42 so far, the newcomers from the Isle of Man on the A.B. Crane and Son Suzuki, Michael Jackson and Harry Payne. Yellow fared outfit there of John and James Saunders, number 24. 31 away, that's Craig Melvin and Stuart Christian. 44, Andy King and Alan Thomas are next. have to say the outfits this year in the Sidecar, probably the smartest we've seen for a number of years. There is no number 22 there. That's why we've got the gap. So no Michael Grabmüller and Sebastian Lavarelle. So next away will be 23, Mike Cookson and William Morley. 33 next is Kevin Thornton and Dave Dean. Number 33 away. 27, Francois Leblond and Marlene Couliard are away now. But let's go to Glen Helen and Dave Christian.
Thanks, Tim. The crowd just stirring on the wall down in front of us here as we await the first machine. It is out of Glen Helen 1. Yeah, Tom Birchall right over that back wheel and then has to swing himself over hard to the left. And I'm thinking they looked very neat and tidy, but they did look a little bit on the slow side there. But the gap seems to be out to 10 seconds, so 10 seconds or more. And here it is. That is John Holden and Dave Molyneux in that order. And Holden and Kane are a little bit quicker. Holden and Kane a little bit quicker than the Birchalls, 1.5 seconds the gap, but Holden and Kane caught and passed Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale on the road. Next outfit into the left-hander, that's the number 4 of Alan Fount and Jake Lowther, closely followed on the road by Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. So Reeves and Wilkes have actually thrown down the gauntlet right from the start as well. But the top 3 so far here at Glen Helen, it's Holden and Kane. Number 3 lead Birchall and Birchall by 1.5 seconds, with Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes, number 5, third place. They're a second down on the Birchalls. Next outfit into the left-hander here. Oh, it's hard onto the brakes there. He outbraked himself a little bit, Peter Fownes and Jevon Wormsley. But found the gear he was looking for and has managed to safely negotiate this long left-hander to make that climb up towards Kronkavadi. Now, I thought the Birchalls looked a little bit slower on approach, but it's difficult to tell with the first bike through. But indeed, it is John Holden with the early advantage. It's Carl Bennett and Max Vasseur and Stephen Matty Ramsden with a wave from Matty as they go past. It's number 9 through as well, Gary Bryan and Phil Hyde. But it is Holden leads. Conrad Harrison goes through with Andy Wilkill. And they're being caught as well. As 12 comes through, Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney. Blackstock and Rosney into 4th place. That's a great start from them. So it's Holden and Kane lead Birchall and Birchall by 1.5 seconds. In 3rd place, number 5, Reeves and Wilkes, a second down on the Birchalls. And in 4th place, number 12, Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney, 6 seconds down on Reeves and Wilkes. It's Estelle LeBlond and Melanie Farnier safely through here on their opener lap, number 17, just on 10th place at the moment as we await the arrival of the next man on the road. I had a quick look at the speed trap times from the grandstand at the start, and whilst they're reasonably insignificant on their own, it was notable that Tom and Ben Birchall weren't the quickest off the mark by any stretch. Down inside just inside the top 10, I think 29 comes through the Gibsons, followed by Darren Hope and Len Bumfrey, number 21. Hopey into 12th place so far. Just having a look now for that speed trap time, and it was very slow indeed for the Birchall brothers off the start line. 14 comes through, that's Wayne Lockie and Kenny Cole. The Birchall brothers, almost 25th or so fastest through that speed trap. It's only just past the start and finish line. 30 miles an hour was their registered time, but the quickest starters were on 36. 19 and 16 through. 19, Mike Rosher, Sean Parker. 16, Gary Knight and Dan Evanson. No threats to the top end of the leaderboard from those guys. It's 20 now. That's Gordon Shand and Frank Clays. The Birchall brothers now into Ballaugh Bridge. They're over the bridge and making their way on out towards Gwen's, Ballacry, Quarry Bends, and that big long run down at Sulby on the Sulby Straight. Another machine comes into view. Passenger swings over to the left to get a weight outside. 42, Mike Jackson and Harry Payne. And Jackson and Payne just outside the top 10, 12th quickest so far on the opening lap. 30 swings through now, Roy Tansley and Jason O'Connor. Tansley and O'Connor, are they featuring at the top end of the leaderboard? No, they're not, just outside the top 20. for Tansley and O'Connor on their opening sector. Next machine into the left-hander, a bit of a steadier approach there for John Saunders and James Saunders. Looks like they're being caught behind from Melvin and Christian. Craig Melvin and Stewie Christian through on number 31 on their first lap. Next outfit in, passenger really hangs over the side there to get that extra weight. It's Andy King and Alan Thomas. Extra weight out over the chair wheel to stop that flapping as it heads round the left-hander, and the weight all unloads on the chair wheel. Passenger needs to get right out here, but of course at the same time being mindful of the stone wall on the left-hand side, which will give you a nasty little rash if you catch a hold of that. But at Belaf Bridge, it's still Holden and Kane leading, and the advantage is extended as Mike Cookson and William Morley come through. At Belaf Bridge now, Holden and Kane lead the Birchalls by just under 2 seconds, with Reeves and Wilkes in third place, just 3 seconds back on the Birchalls. Founds and Lowther in fourth place, 10 seconds down on Reeves and Wilkes. And Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale just holding fifth position at the moment, 4 seconds down on Founds and Lowther. Back to you at the grandstand.
Book now for TT 2019 with IOM TT Travel, an official travel partner of the TT races. With the biggest range of accommodation options, there's something for everyone, from superb campsites with great atmosphere to classy glamping and top-of-the-range hotels. IOM TT Travel will make planning for TT 2019 a pleasure. You can also book coach tours around the TT course, motorcycle hire and tickets for events and activities. Visit iomtt.com or pop into the travel shop at the rear of the main grandstand today.
Would owners of domestic animals and livestock adjoining the TT course please ensure that they are secure during the practice and race periods?
Manx Radio TT Race Commentary is brought to you by RL360. Manx Radio TT.
Greg Lambert and Julie Canifer are now a retirement. We initially got told they pulled up at Ballyspur. They've got to Belig Bridge, but pulled in there, so 8 1/4 miles in to the TT course. I'll tell you as well, Sulby Speed Trap, once again, it's Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes who are quickest, 151.5. John Holden and Lee Kane, 148.8. Exactly the same speed as Ben and Tom Birchall. Lap speed's just a little bit down on the opening lap from Saturday, but at Belaf Bridge it was Holden and Kane that had a 1.796 second advantage over number 1, the Birchalls. They have a 3 second advantage over number 5, Reeves and Wilkes. And in fourth, it's Founds and Lowther, 10 seconds back. Let's go to Ramsey Hairpin and Roy Moore.
Yes, we remember Stan Nightingale, who drove a sidecar around here for many, many years and sadly no longer with us, but with us very, very shortly indeed will be the outfit number 1 of Tom and Ben Birchall. And here they are now, here at Ramsey, down through the centre. And drop it down a little bit slower than they have been normally, but certainly the bike sounds good as they go through. 4 seconds covering the top 3 at Belaf, but it's been maintained that Holden and Kane, I think, as they should be the second outfit. Interview at Ramsey, and here they are now. John Holden down the right-hand side, the left-hand side as we look at it. Lee Kane gets the chair wheel nice and balanced on the floor, and away they go up towards Waterworks with a 1.5 second advantage over Tom and Ben Birchall. It should be Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale who are with us here now. 1989 was his first win, and he slides it round. I think he's got the technique here at Ramsey, but it's Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes who are looking for what's the disadvantage that they are at the moment at Ramsey, and right behind them is outfit number 4 of Alan Founds and Jake Lowther. It's Tom and Ben Birchall in that second place, 1.5 seconds down on Holden and Kane, and a bit of a time lost on the run from Belaf to Ramsey here by Reeves and Wilkes. They are now 5 seconds down on Tom and Ben Birchall. Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes 5 seconds down on Tom and Ben Birchall. Of the outfits through so far, we have in fourth place outfit number 4, appropriately enough, that's Alan Founds and Jake Lowther, and they're 12 seconds down on Reeves and Wilkes. And in fifth place, number 2, Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale, they're 6 seconds down on Founds and Lowther. Such is the pace at the front of the race here that they have kind of broken away from the rest, and certainly 1 or 2 retirements already noted, so we just got to get them sorted out. But certainly it's John Holden and Lee Kane, but only by 1.5 seconds here at Ramsey. So the boards will be going out. I know there's a board at Ballacrane, so that will be the grandstand time that they will get. So at the end of this lap, this is a very, very fast approach, and down through the box they go, and it's number 9 and then number 8, number 7 and number 14. There's Conrad Harrison going round the last. So it is Ramsdale. How does that sort of out? It's in 6th place. Blackstock and Rosny, they're 6.5 seconds down as number 12 is here with us now. They are the ones in 6th place. They are 6 seconds down on Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale. In 7th place, number 10. Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle, they're only 0.3 of a second down on Blackstock and Rosny. In 8th place, Brian and Hyde, they're 4.5 seconds down. There's Estelle LeBlanc going through, so she knocks into 9th place. A new word for small problems we noted earlier on. It's 9th place for number 17, LeBlanc and Farnier. They are 4 seconds down on Brian and Hyde. In 10th place, number 8, the Ramsdens, 7 seconds down on LeBlanc and Farnier. And then in 11th place, number 7, Bennett and Vasseur. That was the one that we kind of missed out on going through, but it was in fact Carl Bennett and Maxine Vasseur. They are safely through Ramsey and holding on to that 11th place, but they're 11 seconds down on the Ramsdens. That might be changed by the arrival here of number 21. We're expecting Darren Hope and Len Bumfrey to be here, and they've got company because the Gibsons are right behind them. 21 and 29, as quickly as that they go through. 7 seconds the difference between them. Holding on in 12th place, number 7, Bennett and Vasseur. They are 3 seconds down on Hope and Bumfrey now, who occupy that 11th place. They're 7 seconds down on the Ramsdens, who are in 10th. And then it's Lockley and Cole, which will be the next outfit through. The Gibsons holding on to 13, 7 seconds down on Bennett and Vasseur. And here they are now, outfit number 14, getting the front end anchored up. How on earth the tyres, the width of the tyres just makes it. They've got the red light on for the trip over the mountain. They're holding on to 14th place, but 8 seconds down on Gibson and Gibson, and they head up towards the bungalow. The Birchells are through the bungalow and are the new leaders. They've made a big push up the mountain, and they are leading now by half a second. Tom and Ben Birchall, as 3 outfits go through, 19-20 just there, but the third through the bungalow is Dave Molyneux and Dan Sell, but it'll be Reeves and Wilkes. They've lost a further second, but now they're second. They're in 3rd position, but they're only 6 seconds down on Holden and Kane. So it's Tom and Ben Birchall who have made the mountain climb to the bungalow the quickest, and now hold half a second lead over in 2nd place, number 3, Holden and Kane, who in turn are 6.5 seconds ahead of in 3rd place Reeves and Wilkes, who in turn are 17 seconds ahead of Founds and Lowther. So it's all change on the first lap. Ben did look sedate going through the hairpin, but certainly pulled the plug on the mountain climb. Are now the new race leaders. Back to the grandstand.
Ben and Tom Birchall were 2.5 seconds quicker, Ramsey hairpin to the bungalow, than their standing lap start from Saturday. And in fact, they were quicker than any of the 3 laps they strung together on Saturday. They've absolutely blazed that sector from Ramsey hairpin to the bungalow to seize the initiative, and now the light is on for number 1, the Birchalls at Cronknamona. At the bungalow, the lead then 0.722 seconds over number 3, Holden and Kane. In 3rd, number 5, Reeves and Wilkes. They're 6.7 seconds down on Holden and Kane, and further 17.5 seconds back of Founds and Lowther, number 4, in 4th place. Light on for number 3 as well at Cronknamona. That's Holden and Kane, and the advantage is 2.3. So I think they have, after maybe by their standards, not by many others, a bit of a sluggish start, they really have got themselves in harmony and are really stringing their apexes together now. And we should see the Birchalls interview. They'll have come through Governor's interview. We can hear them. Let's wait to see them. Here they are. and 117.19. So they're over that 117 mark yet again. A very, very impressive performance from Ben and Tom Birchall in the Honda outfit. 19 minutes, 19.087. But this should be Holden and Kane. It is. And they are in second, but they've just nipped a little bit back. It's 1.891, the advantage in terms of seconds, that the Birchalls now have the lead at the end of lap 1 over number 3, Holden and Kane. Looking out for Dave Molyneux and Tim Reeves. Oh, here they are together. Terrific action. It's Molyneux just ahead, but there goes Tim Reeves under the bridge, and he's got in front of Dave Molyneux just as they head towards St Ninians and Brayhill. Dramatic action here at the grandstand, and Reeves and Wilkes in third, as there goes number 4, Founds and Lowther. Whoa. Molyneux and Sale then are in 5th, number 2, but terrific overtaking action right in front of the grandstand on Glen Crutchley Road. A treat, early treat, in what should be a fantastic championship day here at the grandstand. The Birchalls then lead 19 minutes, 19.087 seconds for that opening lap, 117.185 miles per hour. And it's a 1.891 at second advantage. Over in second place, number 3, Holden and Kane, 116.994 there for Holden and Kane. And they lead 5.598 seconds ahead of, in third place, number 5, that's Reeves and Wilkes, 116.443 for Reeves and Wilkes. That is Tim Reeves' first lap over the 116 mile per hour barrier. So well done indeed to Tim Reeves. 116.433, and 2 more outfits into view at the grandstand again. Across the line, 3 in fact. And that was the last one of those, was Conrad Harrison and Andrew Winkle. It was the Ramsden, Stephen Matty, and ahead of them it was Gary, Brian and Philip Hyde, as there goes Carl Bennett and Maxime Vasseur, and number 12, Lewis Blackstop and Patrick Rosney. So a real gaggle of around 5 to 6 machines all together there, circulating very closely. It's going to be great for the spectators around the TT course. 4th is number 4, Founds and Lowther. They're 25 seconds back on third place, Reeves and Wilkes. 5th, number 2, Molyneux and Sale. They're 4.7 seconds back on Founds and Lowther. 6th is number 10, Harrison and Winkle, 12.6 seconds back on 5th. 7th, number 12, Blackstock and Rosney going well. They're 4.4 seconds back on 6th. In 8th, it's number 9, Brian and Hyde, and they are 3.4 seconds down on Blackstock even, and Rosney. And in 9th position, to see them through, number 17, LeBond and Farnier on the Suzuki outfit, 9.7 seconds down on Brian and Hyde. The Ramsdens are in 10th position, and 11th is number 7, Bennett and Vasseur. But what a section from Ramsey Hairpin from Ben and Tom Birchall, as across the line there goes 21, Darren Hope and Lenny Bumfrey, and also 29, that's the Gibsons, Gary and Darrell, 107.89, and for the Gibsons, 109.07 for number 21, Darren Hope and Lenny Bumfrey. The Gibsons are in 13th position, and number 21, Hope and Bumfrey, have just nudged Bennett and Vasseur down into 12th as they take hold and a grip on 11th place. But they're 17.5 seconds down on number 8, the Ramsdens, who are in 10th. So the Birchalls lead. They have a 1.8 second advantage over number 3, Holden and Kane, who in turn enjoy a 5.5 second advantage over Reeves and Wilkes. And that was Wayne Lockey and Kenny Cole through at 106.4. Let's go to Glen Helen. Dave Christian.
Yeah, bang on. Here's the Birchalls. This looks much quicker as Tom gets himself slid right over the outside of that chair. and Ben's on the power and are making a climb away. They just looked a little bit slower on their approach through here on the opening lap, but that's business as usual. That one, no doubt about it, they are back onto the pace, and the lead at the grandstand just under 2 seconds. Next outfit does come into view again. John Holden very fast on the approach, these leading guys. And Lee Kane really, again, sliding himself way out over the outside, but it's not enough. The Birchall's lead has extended. It was 1.8 seconds at the grandstand. It's now 4.6. So Ben and Tom look like they really are on the charge on the second lap of this Locate.im Sidecar Race 2. Next outfit. That's another fast approach. Tim Reeves. Fantastic approach speed from these guys. Really wonder how they managed to get it anchored up before the corner, and he's Dan and Molly a little bit slower on the approach, but I reckon Molly's going a little bit quicker today. We had a look at the Sulby speed trap times. First time we've seen him above 138 miles an hour, so obviously done some work on the bike during the week. Alan Found and Jake Lowther safely through here on their second lap as well. That's number 4. So it's Birchall's, the Birchall brothers lead John Holden and Lee Kane by 4.6 seconds. In third place, number 5, Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. They're further 6 seconds back on Holden. In fourth place, it is number 4, Alan Found and Jake Lowther. They are 33 seconds back on Reeves and Wilkes. And then in fifth at the moment and at the grandstand as well, number 2, Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale. They are 7 seconds down on Founds and Lowther. But just shows you that gap, number 4 to the top 3. So Founds and Lowther were 25 seconds down on Tim Reeves at the grandstand. They're now 33 seconds down on Tim Reeves. So the top 3 just starting to ease away from the rest of the field, and 33 seconds the gap between third and fourth. So that's 25, 33, 8 seconds there and thereabouts that Reeves and Wilkes have put out over Founds and Lowther. So it is the top 3, as you would imagine, and as we predicted from the qualifying times, we're just going to start pulling away. We've been keeping an eye on number 21, Darren Hope and Len Bumfrey on the Bar Logo sponsored bike, as 3 more outfits come into view. We got ourselves a convoy, 9, 10 and 8 all together on the road. Gary Bryan, it's number 8, Gary Bryan, number 8 is the Ramsden brothers. They're in the mix there, but Gary Bryan, number 9, was the first of the 3 through, with Phil Hyde in the chair. Conrad Harrison, Andy Winkle in there as well. 12 and 7 through together on the road. 7, Carl Bennett and Maxime Vasseur, and 12, Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosny, but Blackstock and Rosny ahead on corrected time. And let's see how that affects the leaderboard. It doesn't. Harrison and Winkle go into 6th place. They're 16 seconds down on Dave Molyneux. Bryan and Hyde into 7th. That's 17. Estelle LeBlond and Melanie Farnier safely through here on their second lap. And they will go into 10th place at the moment. And who else were we watching? We had a look at Craig Melvin and Stewie Christian on their first run through. Number 31 started in 24th place, and they were up as high as 19th. This was at Belaf Bridge on lap 1. The newcomers, Mike Jackson and Harry Payne, up to 13th place in the early part of lap 1, and they started in 22nd. That's outfit number 42. And Blackstock and Rosny, who had a nice solid start as well. I think at Glen Helen on lap 1 they were 4th. They dropped a couple of places by Belaf down to 6th place, but they started 11th, so they've got a great little run, and they're currently through here in 8th place. There's Darren Hope and Len Bumfrey, 11th quickest so far, and right behind them on the road is 29, Gary and Daryl Gibson. And Hope and Bumfrey, they hold 11th place. They were 11th at the grandstand, but 21 seconds the gap between them and Estelle LeBlond, who is currently 10th. And let's just have a look. The Ramsdens seem to have picked up a place. They went through the grandstand in 10th. They are 9th quickest here at Glen Helen. So they've picked up a place there and just pushed Estelle LeBlond and Melanie Farnier down 1. So outside your top 5, in 6th it's Harrison and Winkle, 16 down on Molyneux. In 7th, number 9, Bryan and Hyde. They are 9 seconds down on Harrison. 14 through here now, Wayne Lockie and Kenny Cole. In 8th place, number 12, Blackstock and Rosny, just half a second down on Brian and Hyde. In 9th, number 8, Stephen Matty Ramsden, 11 down on Blackstock, and making up your top 10, number 17, Estelle LeBlond and Melanie Farnier, who are just 2 seconds down on the Ramsdens. Back to you at the grandstand.
That's the quickest ever sector grandstand to Glen Helen for a sidecar crew by the Birchalls. Estelle LeBlond and Melanie Farnier, first lap at over 110.732, and being black flagged and out now are Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley. Other retirements to tell you about: Nigel Smith and Chris McGahn stopped at Quarterbridge, number 37, and number 35. Brian Alflat and Aaron Gorman have retired as well. So, yep, down below is number 6. They are out. We've heard they were going to be black flagged for an issue with the outfit at Governor's, and they are officially retiring. Something, I think, the tray just a little loose, so they have been retired. But what a lap it is. Jackson and Payne, 108.521 as newcomers. But let's go to Ramsey Hairpin for the Birchalls and Roy Moore.
I don't know whether you can see aggression, but certainly it's Tom and Ben Birchall who are more aggressive into Ramsey on lap number 2, and Ben just keep the power on there, tight to the outside and round. But certainly they were sedate on the first lap. It was only a second in it, but certainly Ben and Tom Birchall now through Ramsey Hairpin. It was 7 seconds, 14.5 seconds, I think, covered the first 3 at Ballaugh Bridge. But now what will be the gap here at Ramsey? It's out to 9 seconds, 9.2, because the next interview will be the outfit of John Holden and Lee Kane, and down the right-hand side of the road they come, a little bit quicker than normal, but gets it anchored up, and that chair wheel was very, very close to the low wall, and Lee Kane getting right over the back of the outfit as they head up towards Waterworks, and it's 9.2 seconds. So certainly Tom and Ben Birchall on lap number 2 have got aggressive, and 9.2 seconds. It's Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes they would expect to see here, but they've dropped a second on Holden and Kane on the run from Ballaugh Bridge here to Ramsey. But it's the same riding style of Tim Reeves, and they're just getting it there nice and steady round Ramsey on that occasion. But 8.2 seconds down on Holden and Kane, but holding on to that 3rd place. Yes, it was Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley, 9th at Glen Helen, 10th at Ballaugh. They went through here very quickly, but they were in last position. But Dave Molyneux quicker than I've seen him coming into Ramsey now, and they've got that technique worked out for this corner, and certainly get round an awful lot quicker. 10 seconds down though on Founds and Lowther, who are here with us now. The outfit number 4. Alan Founds and Jake Lowther are safely through Ramsey. They're holding on to 4th place, but they're 42 seconds down on Reeves and Wilkes, but in turn are 10 seconds ahead up in 5th place Molyneux and Sale. And Pat O'Hanlon tells me that 19 minutes 02.72 seconds Ramsey to Ramsey would give them an outright record, I would think, of the sidecars. That is the lap record there, so that's one to keep on. They're 2 seconds within the outright lap record for the sidecars. Ramsey to Ramsey, and that's on the watch timing that Pat uses, and certainly hands me the piece of paper, so keep an eye on that. It won't be any problem about slowing down for pit stops or anything like that. It will be absolutely flat against the stop down Glen Crutchery Road. You wouldn't think there was another race going on, but when we went off air the last time, there was all kinds of outfits coming through, 3 in a row and everything, and it was really, really exciting. And here at Ramsey, so we've had 500cc sidecars, we've had 750s in the past, we've had thousands. We then started on 350s, and now we're on to the 600s, and Ben and Tom Birchall are looking as though they could possibly get that round at a lap record pace. That will be 118 plus miles per hour round the mountain course. What would the earlier drivers thought of that if you'd been able to tell them that in not too distant future they would be getting a 600cc outfit round at over 118? And here's the 3 we meant. Conrad Harrison is leading them in. 8 and 9 are having a right old ding-dong battle there. He just came out of the fairing. Gary Bryan and Philip Hyde and Steve Ramsden and Matty Ramsden. So how does that go? It puts Conrad, because he's riding at number 10, ahead of them. 26 seconds down on Molyneux and Sell. Blackstock and Rosny, 8 seconds down on Conrad. That's visual on the road. In 8th place, number 9, Bryan and Hyde. They're only 2 seconds down on Blackstock and Rosny. And again, I think that's visible on the road. Another machine interview now. Gets the back end sliding a little bit there. Number 7, Blackstock and Rosny. Yeah, they're holding on to 7th place. They're 8 seconds down on Harrison and Winkle, but only 2.5 seconds ahead off in 8th place. Number 9, Bryan and Hyde, who in turn are 10 seconds ahead of the Ramsdens. It's then number 10, 17 is just going through now, so we can put her onto the timing screen. Le Bond and Farnier, and they're not 5 seconds down on Ramsden and Ramsden. Bennett and Fasua are the next machine interview, and I can tell you that Tom and Ben Birchall have made the mountain climb. If it's an indication they're on lap record pace, well, they've taken a further 3 seconds on the climb from Ramsey Hairpin up to the bungalow. On second place, Holden and Kane, who aren't hanging about either, and probably will be in the 117 mark. But is that lap record about to go? Tom and Ben Birchall 12 seconds ahead now of John Holden and Lee Kane, and they are in turn at the bungalow ahead of number 5, Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. They're 8 seconds there, so that's been maintained. So it is the Birchalls who are absolutely flying. It's going to be good at the grandstand. Is it a new lap record, Tim Glover?
We'll keep an eye on the boards. I remember Dave Molyneux being the first to go sub 20. Dare I say it? Are we going to see a sub 19? Chris Boyd.
Closer and closer. Glen Helen to Glen Helen, a 1907.2. Balaf to Balaf, 1905.0. Ramsey Hairpin to Ramsey Hairpin, 1903.3. Bungalow to Bungalow, 1901.8. He's getting quicker and quicker and quicker.
Let's see if you can work out Cronknamona to Cronknamona, and we'll get a further guide, because the light is on now for number 1, Ben and Tom Birchall. This is surely going to be a lap record, but will it dip under the 19 minutes? Will he make history on the timing clocks and be sub 19? Chris Boyd has the latest.
Half a second out it. Cronknamona to Cronknamona, 19 minutes 00.590. This is close.
It's going to be an outright sidecar 3-wheel lap record for sure, but are we going to see that sub 19 as Molyneux is, Birchall's now Holden and Kane. The light on for number 3. Also in the lead is now 14.7, and we should see the Birchalls coming into view. The grandstand, what are we going to see on the computer screen as they cross the line now? It's under. It's 18 minutes, 59.018 of a second. The first sub 19 recorded by a sidecar outfit. 119.250 miles an hour. Well, that's got Championship Day off to a flying start. We've witnessed history here at the grandstand. The first sub-19 sidecar lap, 18 minutes, 59.018. Here we have Holden and Kane, and they're nearly 117.878 miles per hour. 15.1 seconds down on the history-making Birchalls. Ben and Tom, we salute you for that. Below 19 minutes. Chris Boyd, your thoughts on that?
That's just giving me goosebumps. That was incredible. Breaking 19 minutes, the first ever sidecar crew over 119. There goes Tim Reeves. What's his lap time, Tim?
117.729 miles per hour. That is his quickest. He's blown his previous best. Well, out of the water there. His previous best was 115.898. He went to 116.433 on lap 1 of this race. That first mark was set last Saturday, and now he's broken the 117, nearly into the 118s. Tim Reeves and Wilkes, they are 7 seconds down on number 3, Holden and Kane in third. There's Dave Molyneux. And Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale, 114.196, which I think is their quickest so far of the TT in 2018. Founds and Lowther are through outfit number 4. They go into 4th place, but they're 54.9 seconds down on 3rd place, Reeves and Wilkes. So the Birchalls and Holden and Kane and Reeves and Wilkes are stealing a march on the rest of the field here. But it's all about the Birchalls and that historic lap that we've witnessed. Lap 2 of race 2 in 2018 is going to go down in history. Sub 19, 18 minutes 59.018, and they do lead by 15 seconds. Chris Boyd.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. They really put a charge on from leaving Ramsey on the climb of the mountain on lap 1. Ever since then, the sector times have just been absolutely sensational, even against that lap record they set on Saturday, just blitzing sector by sector by sector, and we get the magical sub-19. Absolutely superb.
Well, I asked you, didn't I, at Belaf, I said, what are we on? And you went, not really. I think it's got a little bit too much to go there, but they've just kept on nibbling away, and we've seen history.
It was that from Ramsey on lap 1, the Ramsey to Ramsey time of 1903, as Pat O'Hanlon had up in Ramsey. That was the one that told us this was on, because we knew how fast they were up the mountain, and then they were just getting quicker and quicker and quicker, and who knows what they could do going out into this third and final lap.
Well, who knows indeed. So Molyneux and Sale then, outfit number 2, they're 10.5 seconds back on outfit number 4, Founds and Lowther. We've only had 5 outfits through here at the grandstand, but now we get 3 together, like buses. That's Harrison and Winkle then into 6th position, number 10, 36.2 seconds down on Molyneux, 111.976. They're all around the 111 mark there. So Harrison and Winkle go into 6th place, number 10. 7th, number 12, Blackstock and Rosney. 8th, number 9, Bryan and Hyde. And 9th is number 8, the Ramsdens. So a lead of 15.1 seconds for the Birchells. Holden and Kane aren't hanging around either. Neither are Reeves and Wilkes in 3rd place. They're nudging onto the 118 mile an hour lap territory. As through go number 7, Carl Bennett and Maxine Vasseur at 108.93. And that is Estelle Leblonde and Melanie Farnier, and they're over 110 for a 2nd lap in a row. Glen Helen, Dave Christian.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. The crowd are definitely stirring here now as the first outfit swings out of Glen Helen 2 on the brakes, down a gear, into the left-hander. Birchall Brothers are still carrying on at what I'm perceiving to be a very, very quick speed. Again, it's only the eye that's telling me that. It just looks a little bit quick. And it's only really the top 3 or 4 who are carrying that sort of speed in and around this long left-hander here. And outside of that, everybody else is noticeably off the pace. But those boys haven't slackened off a little bit. You'd thought with a 15-second lead, they might want to maybe just ease off a little bit, make sure they get round to the finish. But no sign of it so far. Next man in, he's trying as well. That's John Holden and Lee Kane. 15 seconds the gap was at the grandstand. It's now 17, so the Birchall's taken 2 seconds out of John Holden on this final lap in the opening 9 miles. So they are still going for it. And just looking at that lap time, 119.2, the 120 mark is tantalizingly close. But said you've got to finish first. First you've got to finish, and that's what they've been looking for to start with. Tim Reeves comes through, the chair wheel flaps a bit. Mark Wilkes gets a body weight out over the left-hand side to try and get that wheel onto the ground so they can get the drive up out of the left-hander and away up towards Sarah's cottage. And Reeves and Wilkes, 3rd place, 7.6 seconds the gap. So Reeves and Wilkes holding station with John Holden and Lee Kane. It was 7 seconds at the grandstand, 7.6 now, so there's no real difference there. So it is the Birchalls that are pushing away at the front rather than John Holden or Tim Reeves trying to catch. It is the Birchalls still with the maximum push on. And let's have a look, see how anybody else through at that grandstand yet. Harrison and Winkle in 6th, Molyneux and Sale 5th, Founds and Lowther 4th. Is the next outfit on the road, Alan Founds and Jake Lowther. And they're rather unorthodox line there. It could be a little bit slower than the guys in front, as we suspected. But Molyneux and Sale safely through. Founds and Lowther, now the gap was 54 seconds at the grandstand between Tim Reeves, them and Tim Reeves in 3rd place. It's now up over a minute, 1 minute and 2 seconds, the gap between 3rd and 4th. So the top 3 still pulling away from the bunch. Molyneux and Sale holding station in 5th place. But their gap, the gap between them and Founds and Lowther in fourth has increased. It was 10 seconds at the grandstand. It's 31 seconds now. So that could be the indication of a problem. That's 20 seconds just dropped in this sector alone. Could be the first indication of a little bit of a problem there for Dave Molyneux, which will be a terrible shame because he's gone really well today by comparison with qualifying and the rest of the week. Straight line speed's up a little bit, so as I said on the earlier lap, he's obviously had a few little tweaks to the outfit. Just looking down the order then, let's have a look at who we were following. We were following the Ramsey battle, Darren Hope and Craig Melvin. Glen Helen on the second lap, number 21, Darren Hope and Len Bumfrey, they were up to 11th place. It's 4 places better from the start. And we'll just have a little look through. They have gone through at the end of the lap. I hope he's still not got his 110, though. 109.763, his lap time for lap 2. And 110, he said to Chris Kinley, was what he was after. Craig Melvin and Stewie Christian, number 31, they started in 24th place. They were up to 18th here at Glen Helen on lap 2. Not yet through the grandstand on the end of their second lap. 3 outfits now into view. Conrad Harrison, the first. And the Ramsdens just behind him on the road with number 9 bringing up the rear in that 3-bike convoy, Gary Bryant and Phil Hyde. Number 12 in, that's Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosny. They were in 8th place, I think, at the grandstand. No, 7th place at the grandstand. They hold 7th place now. So outside of that top 5, in 6th place, number 10, Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle. They are 21 seconds down on Molyneux and Sale. In 7th place, number 12, Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosny. They are 3 seconds down on Harrison and Winkle. In 8th place, Gary Bryan and Phil Hyde. They are 9 seconds down on 7th place, Blackstock and Rosny. And in 9th place, number 8, Stephen Matty Ramsden. They are 9 seconds down on Bryan and Hyde. 2 more outfits into the sector, 7 and 17. Together on the road, Carl Bennett and Max Vasseur, and 17 is Estelle LeBlond and Melanie Farnier. LeBlond and Farnier, 10th quickest here. They are 16 seconds behind 9th place, the Ramsdens, and 11th quickest so far, Carl Bennett and Max Vasseur, 47 seconds behind LeBlond and Farnier. There's no doubt who's in charge, though. It's the Birchall brothers on the last lap of this Locate.im Sidecar Race 2. The Birchalls lead John Holden and Lee Kane by 17 seconds, with Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes making up the top 3, a further 8 seconds down on Holden and Kane. Back to you at the grandstand.
Number 38, Saunders and Schofield have retired at Sulby Bridge. And number 31, Melvin and Christian have retired in this sunshine-blessed year at Gentle Zephyr Corner, more normally known as Windy Corner. At Ballaugh Bridge, the Birchalls are 18.8 seconds ahead of number 3, Holden and Kane. The lead's still building, but the speeds have just been knocked back a little bit. Chris Boyd, I think they've got a good board somewhere that they've done it. That was the target as well as the win.
Absolutely. On Saturday, they were getting boards out around the course. They told us that after the race. It must be the same today because the sector times have just dropped off by a second or 2. They've done the job. They've hopefully been told somewhere sub 19. Now they can just cruise round to the finish.
Let's go to Ramsey Hairpin. Roy Moore, history at the grandstand yet again.
Certainly is, Tim, and just after Ballacrane would be that board that would be held out with 119 and the plus whatever it was, 12 seconds on the second, and they're up to here as passenger Ben and Tom Birchall will be saying go driver. That's one of the expressions they use, and yeah, a bit more sedate round Ramsey, and certainly the engine revs rose as they went away through, but certainly Ben and Tom Birchall are through Ramsey. 18 seconds was the lead at Ballaugh Bridge over John Holden and Lee Kane, and certainly it looks as though Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes were dropping back a little bit, a couple of seconds nodded on to their advantage at Ballaugh Bridge in 3rd place though, but only 29 seconds covering the top 3. So it hasn't been an easy run at all, but certainly 21 seconds is the lead here for Tom and Ben Birchall at Ramsey. As next interview comes John Holden and Lee Kane, and Lee Kane keeping the chair wheel down. He doesn't move much on the approach, just keeps it there, but as soon as they go away from Ramsey, it's up out of the little platform and over to the right-hand side to keep the power absolutely against the back wheel to get it gripping as much as possible on the run up to the waterworks. No danger of any damp patches here today. This could be Reeves and bit of a bad news for the locals. Dave Molyneux just retired after Quarry Bends, and Tim Reeves very, very messy through Ramsey on that particular lap. Absolutely all over the place in relation to where you should be, but certainly safely round, and dropped a further couple of seconds on John Holden and Lee Kane on the run from Ballaft Bridge here to Ramsey, but a little bit out of shape here at Ramsey. It didn't make any difference. He was still in control of it, but certainly a lot wider and not tight to the apex of the corner, but got it round. 11 seconds down on John Holden and Lee Kane, but certainly that is... we hear for good news from just past Quarry Bends that Dave Molyneux is back on the circuit, so a bit of an adjustment, and he is running again. So that would be that possibly he was only 21 seconds ahead of Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle, so that could be a stop there. That could make that interesting to go through. And would number 12, Blackstock and Rosny, who were only 0.3 of a second down on Harrison and Winkle, could they overtake that? Number 4 is here with us now. That's the Founds Lowther combination, and we go into the minutes there for 4th place in relation to 3rd. It's 1 minute and 10 seconds that they are down on Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. So irrespective of how they went through Ramsey, they're going to have an awful job to make that up, but holding on to 4th place at the moment. But they could be challenged. No, through Ballaft Bridge, they were holding on to that 4th by 36 seconds over Dave Molyneux and Dan Sale, who have now restarted. So it'll be interesting to see when they get here at Ramsey whether Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle could have made inroads into that 5th place, and certainly that would move, I would suggest, number 12, Blackstock and Rosny, up into the higher position as well, depending on the amount of time. It might have been like a little electrical lead or something like that, but certainly it would be an absolute delight if Dave Molyneux could get that machine to finish. For all the work that he's put into it, maybe it hasn't worked in the technical aspect of it not being correct, but certainly good credit to him for carrying on. Road policing units, TT 2018, will see the retirement of Moff and Stew. And certainly the police have posted a little thing on the commentary box here that they wish them all the very best for a happy retirement. And certainly they'll have remembered a few TTs over the years as well as they depart from the force and move on to other things. The road policing unit, who've been exceptionally busy this year, and certainly just wait, things are, everything going well. So it's up to the bungalow. We will be going shortly just to confirm that Tom and Ben Birchall have made that mountain climb. But what is the difference? I can tell you that physically they are through the bungalow. They are heading now up to the highest point of the circuit at Brandywell. Another machine is heading towards us here at Ramsey Hairpin. Let's see who it is as they go through. It does look like Dave Molyneux have made Ramsey Hairpin as yet, because this is the battle on the road, and it's Conrad Harrison. 4 of them into view now. Conrad Harrison from 8, from 12, from 9. So how does that all sort itself out? It is in 4th place, number 4, Founds and Lowther. 1 minute 10 seconds down on Reeves and Wilkes. 5th for number 12, Blackstock and Rosny. They're 58 seconds down on Founds and Lowther. In 6th place, number 10, it's Harrison and Winkle, who are 6.5 seconds down, and Blackstock and Rosny. And then in 7th place, number 9, as they went through together, 13 seconds down on Harrison and Winkle. And then in 8th place, it is number 8, Ramsden and Ramsden, 7.2 seconds down on Bryan and Hyde. So comfortable margins there for the rest, but the Birchalls and John Holden and Lee Kane are through the bungalow. The margin, fraction of a second difference on the climb up there, so just rolling it back a little bit, Tom and Ben Birchall. But I'm absolutely certain they would have had 119 posted on the board there at Ballacrane by nephew Brian, and that's what they wanted to achieve, and they've done it. 119 on a sidecar. Hard to imagine. Into Ramsey now comes number 7, Bennett and Vasseur, so they're on a good run, and Estelle LeBlond and Melanie Farney are behind them, but they're 46 seconds down. Bennett and Vasseur on LeBlond and Farnier, and they have got a little bit of a battle on. They're only 32 seconds down on Ramsden and Ramsden, so comfortable margins there for in 9th place, number 17, Le Bond and Farnier, and then 10th place, number 7, Bennett and Vasseur. So hail the champions over the weekend. Can they get it to the finish? They've got the lap record. Will they get the win? Back to the grandstand.
Well, we're about to find out as well. We've got a moment just to tell you that number 14, Wayne Lockey and Kenny Cole, have retired at the Crosby Hotel and are probably well into their first well-earned pint, I would imagine, if there's any sense. But we're looking for the light to come on at Cronknamona, and it is for number 1, Ben and Tom Birchall. They have, well, we've had the record book being rewritten all week, and, well, a new chapter has emerged in the history of the TT and the three-wheelers with the first sub-19-minute lap. So this is going to be a tremendous ovation for Ben and Tom Birchall. Holden and Kane are also there now at Cronknamona, and the Birchalls will be coming into view very shortly. The checkered flag is being readied here at the grandstand. Let's give them a massive ovation. You have witnessed history here today. We can hear the machine coming into view. 8-time winners, Ben and Tom Birchall. They join the greats. The first sub-19-minute three-wheel lap. Absolute sidecar lap record speed of 119.250. A race record as well. A Tom equals the number of passenger wins record to sit now alongside Dan Sale on 8 wins, and it's 5 sidecar TT wins in a row around the mountain course. What a performance by the Birchalls. And, well, everything is stretched out so far. We don't want to miss the Birchalls coming into the winners' enclosure. Let's go and join the three-wheel history makers. Chris Kinley.
Here they come in. The Mitchells and Mansfield machine has brought them to the victory once again. A race record, and you know, yeah, you can hear them. That is brilliant. Tom jumps off the side of the outfit. All the boys are there from the team. He jumps into them once again. Hopefully Mark Tiley's getting all these pictures on the Manx Radio TT page. Listen to it again. 18 minutes 59.01, 119.25 miles per hour for Ben and Tom Birchall. There's the second outfit over the line, Tim, is it?
I can tell you, yeah, Holden and Kane are second, 22.9 down on the Birchalls, and Reeves and Wilkes are third, 15.7 down in third.
Okay, yeah, well done to the guys. They're in. Let's get it right in to see Ben. The family here, there's tears everywhere going off. All the guys are here. There's a lot of work gone into this from all of them. Lots of handshakes, lots of high fives, lots of this going on. Hugs for all the team members. It's not just about these two boys, it's about the rest of them as well. But let him take his lid off, and he just looks at me and opens up his eyes. We'll just move this way a bit because we'll get run over by Reevesy in a minute if we can. Young man, 18 minutes 59.01, breaking the 19-minute barrier, 119.25, and an 8-time TT winner. How does that sound?
I'm so happy. That were hard. That I don't know. Didn't have such a good first lap. John's flying, you know. I mean, you can't take anything away from John, what he's been through this week. And I just pushed. Sorry. I just pushed, and yeah, it were a bit scrappy, but it were fast. And I'm just over the moon to get 2 wins here again. Is just so brilliant. Thank you to everyone that helps us, that's involved with us. All the fans around the track, you know, everybody's waving and cheering, and somebody stuck a board out, said 119, and I was just like, ignore it. But oh yeah, I can't thank my family enough, my friends, my sponsors. It's such a build-up, it's such a big effort for everyone for us to get us here, and what we put them all through while we're here, and now we can have a pint of beer and a bit of red wine and celebrate.
First lap, what was the problem?
Don't know really, I just I didn't want to push and go crazy on first lap. I was just, you know, riding a bit scrappy in places. Probably pressure of thought of trying to lead it again or trying to win it again, you know, and just got to me a little bit, but got my head down and sorted it out.
Obviously, John was leading early doors in the race, and then you kind of got past, and you were pulling like massive sector jumps on him, 3 or 4 seconds per sector.
I don't know, really. It's just your mindset, a lot of this place, and I thought, that's no good. It's no good. You've got to pull pin now. You've got to go now. So, tidied myself up coming over at mountain, had a real good run down mountain, settled myself down, and just set about it. And that's what we got. It's an absolute honour and a privilege to drive around here at that speed and to bring home another win. It's fantastic.
119 on an outfit. Explain it.
I don't know if I can.
Clean.
Chris Mayo builds us incredible engines, and we're on a chassis that were designed by Louis Christian and built by us, and Rich from Maximus played a big part this week in just getting the thing, just nipping away at it all the time. It's marginal gains. You never stop with it. You just tweak a bit, and we've got a book full of ideas for next year, so hopefully we can come back and have another go.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben, well
Cheers.
done. So do Tom, if we can. He's got the wristwatch on. They look nice, don't they, eh?
Beautiful, aren't they, mate? Beautiful.
18 minutes 59. Talk us through that lap.
Not bad for a morning's work, is it, that? Jesus, yeah.
John pushed it hard, though, first lap.
He did, yeah. Fair play to him. He's had a real tough week, what with Fiona being badly, and his father-in-law, Tony. Hope they're doing all right back in Liverpool. But he's kept his head, and his team's been great around him, and, he shoved us all way on that first lap. Seen a board saying -2, P2, and then we just started to sort of chip at it then, and then that second lap come round and we got down to sort of quarter bridge, got an absolute rocket out of there, and I thought that's it, we're away now, you know what I mean. Bike feels good on second lap, third lap, first lap's always a little bit sluggish with a lot of fuel in, and we're only light lads, so it sort of runs away with you a little bit if you're not careful. You carry that much speed, it's taking off in places where you don't want it to. So second and third lap it comes into our own then, you just got to be patient and wait for it, and that's what we've done all week really, just been patient and chipped away, eked away at it. And got to say thanks to all pit boards round course, and on that last lap, big cheers everywhere again. It's awesome to see, racing on senior day like this. It's a proper honour and a privilege, and to have all that crowd cheering us on, thanks to every one of you, it's been awesome.
Congratulations, you are now the most, along with Dan Sale, you've both had 8 sidecar passenger wins, so you equal with Dan. That's all right, isn't it?
I think I'll go and get a pint now.
Well done, Tom.
Cheers,
thanks very much, and we'll grab Johnny Holden if we can, and grab John, just get round here and just speaking to Barnsey. John, just a quick word, sorry guys, just to jump in. 117.878 was your quickest lap, I'm pretty sure that was.
Yeah, old boy goes faster and faster, doesn't he?
What are you like? After everything you've been through this week, and we send our best to Tony and Fiona over there in Liverpool, I'm sure they'll be listening, I'm sure they will be, but your reaction as an experienced campaigner to 119.25 is incredible, isn't it?
Incredible, yeah. I mean, I know how hard I'm riding, and them lads must be really pushing the envelope. But Ben said to me, I wouldn't be doing it if you weren't pushing me, so
You're inside the old lap record too, the old last year's lap record.
Yeah. So it's all good, yeah. We need to find a little bit more here and there, but that's what we do, isn't it? That's what we do every year.
Ben just said he's got more ideas for next year. What about you?
Yeah, all week we've been writing in the back of the book what we need to do for next year, this, that and other, do you know what I mean? So maybe we'll bring some of them into fruition and see what happens.
You got a great start, you got ahead, but then you just started to claw back second lap, didn't he?
Yeah, well I knew Ben's not good just out of the block straight away unless he's really ruffled like he was in the second part on Saturday's race. And I knew I had to go straight away. I talked to Michael Dunlop before and he said, just get on it. And then he was saying to me, if you're a bit behind, don't try and brake hard, just get on the gas. Do you know what I mean? Because you're probably braking as hard as you can. Get on the gas, boy, he said. So, thank you, Michael.
Get on the gas. Some bit of advice to Michael. John, congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you got a good lap as well. Best wish to Fiona as well.
Yes, thank you very much.
Cheers, bud. Thank you. We'll get over to the... Oh, hello. Better not get in the way of that shot. Just pick that up, tidy up in the thing. Have you done with the pictures? More hair than me. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Still the fastest passenger. Manx passenger, 117.87.
That's it, unbelievable. We wanted a 118. We checked our ideals and we knew we were close. We rode our hardest, and fair play to Ben and Tom. They've just raised the bar one more notch, haven't they? So we'll be back next year, and I think Ben, John and Tim will be 1, 2, 3. So I think next year it's going to be a good battle.
If you can hear extra noise on the microphone, it's the little one trying to eat the microphone. He got the hands, doesn't bother us. Well done, Lee.
Thank you very much.
Well done, thank you. Let's get over to Reeves if you can. And Wiltsy, we're conscious of time and everything. And sorry, boys, just to jump in. Tim, congratulations, another third. I'll just squeeze past that gentleman there. Sorry, go on. 117.7.
Yeah, that'll do, isn't it? That's like 20 seconds faster. I went off the line and with him boys, I mean, me starting number 5, it was hard work, and you know I know Alan was having his own race, but unfortunately it's really hard to pass, and I'm not saying it's it's not his fault, he was doing his own thing, but I just got held up quite badly on the first lap with him, and finally got by, and then just pushed as hard as I could, and we've ended up now at the end of the fortnight with a really good package that I wish we'd had when we arrived, but hopefully we can do a deal with Carl again and keep the same thing as it is, ready, and come back stronger next year, and to do 117.7, I'm pretty pleased, really.
Under the old lap record as it was last year, and what a move he did on Dave Molyneux here too on lap 2.
Yeah, it was great, mate. Dave's struggling a bit, but I've heard a little rumour that he's looking at purchasing one of these bikes. I'm sure he'll be back stronger next year. But that, for me, we've left here stronger again, and Mark's got another year under his belt, and I've left here now, and I think we're in a competitive position to challenge for a win now. And next year we'll come back and we'll be starting 1, 2, and 3 on the road, and that's what you need. You need, when we're this close, you need a clear bit of road.
You need the target.
Yeah, you need, and next year it'll be Ben, John, and me, and so I'll have a target, and it'll be, I'm a racer. I love to race, and yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it.
Well done, Tim.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. And where's Mark? Is Mark over here? Sorry, kicks, guys. Not bad for a second year, eh? 117.7.
Wow, yeah, absolutely over the moon with that. Like you said, second year. What more can I ask for? So yeah, buzzing, absolutely buzzing. That was absolutely spot on. He rode really well, and yeah, it was. But fucking hats off again to these boys. 119 was it?
Yeah.
Oh, fair play, fair play.
Your view of that move, Tim did on Dave Molyneux, passed him on the second lap.
I didn't see anything. I just had my head tucked down. So I did have a look out the side, and I did catch a little glimpse of him. But apart from that, that's it. I was just tucked down doing my job.
It was tight.
Was it?
Oh, it was tight.
Oh, that's right. Then. As long as it made for good racing, viewing and that.
Well done. Go and enjoy your beer.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Well done to the guys. There's your top 3, Tim, in the locate.im Sidecar race number 2.